went through various, having good results and then having crises as well. And then it just got to a point where my life was so busy and the tumor was getting so big that I felt really desperate that I thought, I need to have chemotherapy. And so I tried a type of chemotherapy, a low-dose chemotherapy with some hypothermia, heat with that. And that helped a little, but then my white blood cell count got so low, I couldn't continue and I couldn't have surgery. So, a friend told me about Professor Aigner's work in Burghausen, and it sounded really great to me that it was so non-invasive in a way that I could have the high dose of chemotherapy right at the tumor site and not pollute the rest of my body with it, that they filter the blood after the treatment so my kidneys and liver don't have to do that. So yeah, conceptually it sounded great. And so I spoke with Professor Aigner, and I was quite hopeful with the results he shared with me, with other people that he had treated with similar conditions. And so then in a couple of weeks I was there in Burghausen being treated. And right away, within a couple of days, I saw the tumor had diminished. It was so hopeful. And then you take a break, because you need some time to regain your strength and to heal again. The great thing about it was that after the treatment, I didn't have nausea, or I was out walking every day a little more, but I was out walking. I could eat, 3 meals a day. I was fine. And my daughter was with me for the first time. So, we would, just do some things together, and it was easy to do that. And so then, I took I think a 3-week or 4-week break and came back and had my second treatment. And the traveling and whatnot, there was some inflammation at the tumor site, but the tumor was actually still smaller. And then the second treatment, it showed further reduction. So I could see visually through my clothes that it was reduced. So that was really nice. And then I went home, and Professor Aigner told me about his work here in the Dominican Republic, which is closer to where I live. So I was able to go home and recover there, and then come here for treatment. There's not really side effects. I mean, I feel I had quite a large tumor, because I came at I had a slow growing type of cancer. So it didn't metastasize to the rest of my body, but it was quite a big tumor. And so when the chemo was administered, I didn't have the side effects of the chemo. Didn't have nausea or vomiting or lose my appetite. The only thing I had was this, my energy was a little low, because as the tumor was breaking down, my body had to clear that out. But in terms of the chemo side effects, I didn't have that. I didn't have the hair loss. It's the same. It's the same. There's a really high quality of care here. Lots of availability of nurses and doctors, to come visit and check in on me. But I wish I'd known about this earlier, because the results are so immediate, and it's not invasive. You don't have to have a breast removal when you have these treatments. And I would just really look into it, because it's a lot more efficient, it's a lot cleaner, it's less polluting to your body, you have results more quickly. There's not the trauma of having the breast removed. Better. To be down with chemo treatments for 5 months, it's, vomiting and the diarrhea and all these symptoms that people get, that's really harsh. Here, you have the treatment, you go back to your life. Yeah, you're a little more quieter and, not including so many people in your circle maybe, but I can still go for walks, I can see my grandchildren, my children. So it's, yeah. And she did some other things and then came back and stayed with me again. So yeah, I mean, I think for her, it's really, you know, she wants the best results, you know, so